This is a list of the various rulers of Auvergne. History. In the 7th century, Auvergne was disputed between the Franks and Aquitanians. It was later conquered by the Carolingians, and was integrated for a time into the kingdom of Aquitaine. The counts of Auvergne slowly became autonomous. In the 10th century, Auvergne became a disputed territory between the Count of Poitiers and the Counts of Toulouse. In the Middle Ages, Auvergne was broken into 4 feudal domains: the County of Auvergne, the Bishopric of Clermont or Ecclesiastical County of Clermont, the Dauphinate of Auvergne, the Worldly County of Clermont, the Duchy of Auvergne, the Land of Auvergne. Auvergne was integrated in turn into the appanages of Alphonse of Toulouse, Count of Poitou and Count of Toulouse, and of John of Berry, Duke of Berry, Duke of Auvergne, Count of Poitiers and Count of Montpensier. During the 100 Years' War, Auvergne faced numerous raids and revolts, including the Teuton Revolt. In 1424 the Duchy of Auvergne passed to the House of Bourbon. Quite contemporaneously, the County of Auvergne passed to the House of La Tour d'Auvergne, and upon its extinction in 1531 it passed to Catherine de' Medici before becoming a royal domain. In 1434, the Dauphinate of Auvergne passed to the House of Bourbon-Montpensier. Counts of Auvergne. List of Burgundian dukes of the Roman era victorious: Apollinaris, Hortensius of Neustria, Becco, Sigivald, Hortensius, Evodius, Georgius, Brishnus, Firminus, Salustus, Firminus, Venerandus, Nicias I, Nicias II, Eulalius. List of counts of the Frankish era: part of Austrasia, part of Burgundy, part of Austrasia, Bourbon of Neustria, Hector of Neustria, Baudouin of Austrasia, Carminius of Neustria, Genesius, Haribert of Neustria, part of Neustria until 751. List of Carolingian and French counts: Ithia, Blandon, Chulping, Bertmond, Icterius, Guerin of Provence, Gerard, Count of Auvergne, William I, Bernard I, William II of Aquitaine, Stephen, Bernard Plantar-Pilosa, married Ermengarde, daughter of Bernard I, William I of Aquitaine, son of Bernard Plantar-Pilosa, William II of Aquitaine, son of Adelinda, daughter of Bernard Plantar-Pilosa, Acfrid, Duke of Aquitaine, son of Adelinda, daughter Bernard Plantar-Pilosa. After the death of Acfrid, who left the comital fisc completely diminished, there appeared no successor who could control the entire Auvergne, with Valley. Several relatives of surrounding regions made claims. Below are the dates of their effective control: Ebelis Mansa, great-grandson of Gerard; Raymond Pons, Count of Toulouse; William III, Duke of Aquitaine, son of Ebelis Mansa; Armand of Clermont; Robert I of Clermont; Robert II of Clermont; Robert III of Clermont, son of Robert II; Guy I of Auvergne, son of Robert II; William IV of Auvergne; Robert I of Auvergne; William V of Auvergne, son of Robert I; Robert II of Auvergne, son of William V; William VI of Auvergne; Robert III of Auvergne, son of William VI; William VII the Young of Auvergne; William VIII the Old, Count of Auvergne, overthrew his nephew, William VII, in 1155 and took over most of the county; Robert IV, Count of Auvergne; William IX of Auvergne, not always listed as a count; Guy II of Auvergne. Philip II of France confiscated much of Auvergne in 1209, leading to the later creation of the Duchy of Auvergne. William X of Auvergne; Robert V, Count of Auvergne; William XI of Auvergne; Robert VI, Count of Auvergne; Robert VII, Count of Auvergne; William XII of Auvergne, son of Robert VII; Joan I, Countess of Auvergne, daughter of William XII; Philip of Burgundy, first husband of Joan I; John II of France, second husband of Joan I; Philip I, Duke of Burgundy, son of Joan and Philip. John I, Count of Auvergne, son of Robert VII. John II, Count of Auvergne, son of John I. Joan II, Countess of Auvergne, daughter of John II. John, Duke of Berry, first husband of Joan II. Georges de la Tremouille, second husband of Joan II. Marie I, Countess of Auvergne, cousin of Joan II, daughter of Godefroy of Auvergne. Bertrand V of Latour, son of Marie I. Bertrand V of Latour, son of Bertrand V. John III, Count of Auvergne, son of Bertrand V. and de Latour d'Auvergne, daughter of John III. Catherine de' Medici, niece of Anne. Charles III, Duke of Lorraine, son-in-law of Catherine. Margaret of Valois, daughter of Catherine, wife of King Henry IV of France. The marriage produced no children and was annulled. Henry then married Margaret's cousin, Marie de' Medici. Appanage: Charles de Valois, illegitimate son of Charles IX of France and Duke of Angoulême. Louis Emmanuel d'Angoulême, his son, became part of the royal domain upon the accession of Louis XIII of France, son of Henry IV and Marie de' Medici. Charles X, 6th great-grandson of Louis XIII. Bishops of Clermont. The title of Bishop of Clermont is used from 1160 onwards. Before then they were called Bishop of Auvergne. In 2002 the bishopric of Clermont was incorporated into the Archbishopric of Clermont-Ferrand. List of bishops of Auvergne: St. Ostraman, Urbicus, Legonius, Saint Elidius, Nepetianus, Artemius, Venerand, Rusticus, Namatius, Eparchius, Saint Apollinarius I, Abrunculus, Euphrasius, Apollinarius II, St. Quintian, Gallus of Clermont, Courtin, Saint Avitus, Caesarius, St. Gallus, Genesius, Gyroindus, Felix, Garavaldus, St. Priest, Avitus II, Bonitus, Nordabitus, Proculus, Stephanus, Adbertus, Bernoan, Stabilize, Sigan, Eaglemar of Clermont, Adelaide, Arnold, Bernard I, Etienne II of Clermont, Bigon, Etienne III of Clermont, Etienne IV, Rencon, Etienne Vive Polignac, Guillaume of Chamalières, Durand, Guillaume of Baffy, Pierre Roux, A. Mary, Etienne Vive Mercure. List of bishops of Clermont: Ponce of Clairvaux, Gilbert I, Robert of Auvergne, Hughes of Latour du Pin, Guy of Latour du Pin, Aymar of Cross, Jean Iselin, Pierre of Cross, Iselin of Montaigut, Arnaud Roger of Comminges, Raymond of Aspet, Etienne Orbit, Pierre-André, Pierre of Aigreffe-Ile, Jean de Mello, Henry of Latour, Martin Gouge de Charpins, Jacques of Combourne, Antoine Allemand, Cardinal Charles II, Duke of Bourbon, Charles of Bourbon, Jacques of Amboise, Thomas Duprat, Guillaume Duprat, Cardinal Bernard Salaviati, Antoine of Saint-Nectaire, Cardinal François de la Rochefoucauld, Antoine Rose, Joachim of Estaring, Louis of Estaring, Gilbert of Vany d'Arbus, Michel of Castagnet, Claude II of Saint-Georges, François Bochart of Saron, Louis of Balzac, Elias d'Entraigues, Jean-Baptiste Massillon, François-Marie Le Maistre de la Gale, François of Bonnel, Jean-François Perrier, Charles-Antoine Henry Duvarc de Dampierre, Louis Charles Ferron, Jean-Pierre Boyer, Pierre-Marie Belmont, Jean-François Etienne Miners, Gabriel Emmanuel Joseph Piguet, Pierre-Abel Louis Chapot de la Chanonnie, Jean-Louis Joseph Dardel. List of Archbishops of Clermont-Ferrand: Hippolyte Simon, Dauphins of Auvergne. What is by convenience called the Dauphinate of Auvergne was in reality the remnant of the county of Auvergne after the usurpation of Count William VII the Young around 1155 by his uncle Count William VIII the Old. The young count was able to maintain his status in part of his county, especially Beaumont, Chamalières, and Montferrand. Some authors have therefore named William VII and his descendants Counts of Clermont, although this risks confusion with the county of Clermont in Beauvaisis and the episcopal county of Clermont in Auvergne. The majority of authors, however, anticipating the formalization of the Dauphinate in 1302, choose to call William VII and his successors the Dauphins of Auvergne. Still others, out of convenience, choose to call these successors the Counts Dauphins of Auvergne. The title of Dauphin of Auvergne was derived from William VII's mother, who was the daughter of the Dauphin de Viennois, Whigs IV. This meant that William VII's male descendants were usually given Dauphin as a surname. The numbering of the counts turned Dauphins is complicated. Some authors created new numbering starting with the first Dauphins even though the Dauphinate did not really begin until 1302. Others choose to re-establish, beginning with William the Young, the numbering of the Viscounts of Clermont who became Counts of Auvergne, particularly for the Dauphins named Robert. The parallel existence of the usurpers of the county of Auvergne and of the Counts Dauphins, who often carried the same first names, also complicates things. To avoid confusion, the numbering system used here is continuous, and Dauphin is used as part of the name where applicable. List of Dauphins of Auvergne: William VII Dauphin, Robert IV, William VIII Dauphin, Robert V Dauphin, Robert VI Dauphin, Robert VII Dauphin, John, Dauphin of Auvergne, son of Robert VII. Biraud I, Dauphin of Auvergne, son of John. Biraud II, Dauphin of Auvergne, son of Biraud I. Biraud III, Dauphin of Auvergne, son of Biraud II. Anne of Auvergne, daughter of Biraud II. John I, Duke of Bourbon, son of Anne. Joanna, Dauphine of Auvergne, daughter of Biraud III, married Louis I, Count of Montpensier. Louis I, Count of Montpensier, son of John I. Anne-Marie, Duchess of Auvergne, husband of Joanna. Gilbert, Count of Montpensier, son of Louis I. Louis II, Count of Montpensier, son of Gilbert. Charles III, Duke of Bourbon, son of Gilbert. From 1525 to 1538 the Dauphinate was confiscated by the king and united with the royal domain. Louise de Bourbon, Duchess of Montpensier, daughter of Gilbert. Louis, Duke of Montpensier, son of Louise. François, Duke of Montpensier, son of Louis. Henry, Duke of Montpensier, son of François. Marie de Bourbon, Duchess of Montpensier, daughter of Henry. Anne-Marie Louise d'Orléans, Duchess of Montpensier, daughter of Marie. At her death in 1693, the title returned to the royal domain. It was later given to Elizabeth, Dauphine of Auvergne, great-great-granddaughter of the great-great-aunt of the predecessor, married Philip I, Duke of Orléans, Dauphin of Auvergne. Philip II, Duke of Orléans, Dauphin of Auvergne, son of Elizabeth. Afterwards, the title returned to the royal domain and was claimed as a courtesy title by the Dukes of Orléans and the modern Orleanist pretenders. Dukes of Auvergne. The Duchy of Auvergne was created in 1360 by John II of France, out of the former royal territory of Auvergne, confiscated by Philip II of France in 1209. List of Dukes of Auvergne: John, Duke of Berry, first husband of Joan II, Countess of Auvergne. Marie of Berry, daughter of John I, Duke of Bourbon, husband of Marie. Charles I, Duke of Bourbon, son of Marie and John I. John II, Duke of Bourbon, son of Charles I. Charles II, Duke of Bourbon, son of Charles I. Peter II, Duke of Bourbon, son of Charles I. Suzanne, Duchesses of Bourbon, daughter of Peter II. Charles III, Duke of Bourbon, husband of Susanna. After his death in 1527, the title was confiscated and passed to the royal domain. Louise of Savoy, granddaughter of Charles I, Duke of Bourbon through her mother, Margaret of Bourbon. Louise confronted Charles III's right to succession with the support of her son, King Francis I of France. After her death in 1531, the title passed to the royal domain. Charles X of France. Current heirs. The primogeniture heir to the counties of Boulogne and Auvergne would be Franz, Duke of Bavaria. As of 2007, the Bishop of Clermont is Hippolyte Simon, as Archbishop of Clermont-Ferrand. Today, the primogeniture heir to the Dauphinate of Auvergne would be the Dowager Archduchess of Austria-Est. The primogeniture heir to the Duchy of Auvergne would be the Dowager Duchess of Calabria. Each of the three noblemen also happened to be pretenders of much larger former monarchies, too.